Hello everyone, this is Sunblade from 59 Gaming, and today we are going to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. You guys waited long enough for an Egyptian God card deck, and I'm very delighted to introduce my very own Obelisk the Tormentor build that I actually built in the TCG as well. So definitely make sure to like the video and subscribe to 59 Plays to always catch awesome decks like this. So, some good to know facts before we jump in. This pretty much goes for every deck, but make sure to only use 40 cards in your main deck to access the cards you need quicker. The chance that your hand bricks with 60 cards, for example, is way higher, so keep that in mind. This is a TCG deck, so it uses a different ban list than Master Duel. For example, you can use Upstart at 3 in Master Duel, while it is limited in the TCG. And last but not least, Obelisk by himself doesn't work that well. That's why we are including the so-called Ra engine to unlock this deck's true potential. So, let's summon the Egyptian gods and fulfill our destiny. And this shouldn't come much as a surprise, but Obelisk, the Tormentor here, our very own boss monster, is at 3. This card is pretty much my favorite Egyptian god in Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, definitely include this card here at 3. And yeah, it's pretty hard to get around when you have some support cards on your side of the field, but to keep it on the field, you have to tribute summon 3 monsters from your side of the field. But yeah, we definitely have some cards that will help with that. So with that, we'll move on to our next monster, and I already mentioned the Ra engine here, and that's why we are going to run the Winged Dragon of Ra at 1. And we definitely have some cards that support this guy, and again, it unlocks this deck's true potential, and it was actually play tested by Ignorant in ranked battles, and he had fun with it. Now we will go over some cards that help you to tribute summon your Egyptian gods consistently. And yeah, we will begin with Ra's Disciple. You are going to run Ra's Disciple here at 3. When you have it out on the field, you can summon your remaining Ra's Disciples from your deck. And now we have Tell Us a Little Angel, but we'll go over this card, which is at 3 in a second when we talk about our spell cards, because there is kind of a combo you can do. And now we will talk about Angel 01, who's at 2 here, and that's because of its effect. You have to show one level 7 or higher monster from your hand, and then you can special summon this card, and that gives you an additional tribute summon, which is pretty good. And the thing is that you want to draw into your higher level monsters first before you draw into your Angel 01. So don't run it at 3, you will run a risk that you brick your hand with it. Now let's talk about Reactor Slime, and Reactor Slime is awesome as well. It helps you to tribute summon into your god cards as well by bringing out tokens. And yeah, we will circle back to this card too, because of its last effect pretty much. So yeah, this card is on standby. And now we will move on to Guardian Slime, who is at 2, and Guardian Slime is actually the first card who references the Winged Dragon of Ra. It can recycle the spell cards that mention the Winged Dragon of Ra, and it also grants you some protection after you receive some damage. So run this card at 2. It is a higher ranked monster, so it definitely works with Angel 01 too. Now onto our spell cards. We are going to run Ancient Chant here at 2, and this card was actually pretty expensive in the TCG. That hurt. But yeah, this card searches out the Winged Dragon of Ra, and it grants you an additional summon. And by the way, this card covers the effect from the anime where the Winged Dragon of Ra gets the attack set from all the tributed monsters, so this is pretty good. Run Ancient Chant at 2. Now let's talk about one permanent spell card here, and this is Millennium. What is it actually? It's in German. And now we will talk about one permanent spell card we have in our deck. This is not mandatory, but it's fun to use with the Winged Dragon of Ra, and this is Millennium Revelation. And we also have Monster Reborn in our deck, and yeah, this card can recycle it. So yeah, definitely make sure to use that if you want to use your Ra more often. But again, Millennium Revelation and therefore Monster Reborn are not mandatory in this deck. As you know, Master Duel doesn't have the best of 3 format with the side deck, so if you want to have more security because of the best of 1 format in ranked, you could run 2 Ash Blossoms instead. Okay, now it gets interesting, because we will move on to our pretty much most important card in the deck, which is Soul Crossing, a quick spell card that grants you the ability to sacrifice 3 monsters from the opponent's side of the field. So yeah, that pretty much helps you to bring out Obelisk, because it cannot interrupt Obelisk summon. So definitely make sure to use Soul Crossing here at 3. Quick spell card here, a very, very powerful card that came out with the Egyptian God Obelisk structure deck. So yeah, pretty good. Now we have Upstart Goblin here at 1, and yeah, I like to run it at 1 because that pretty much means that you only have a 39 card deck. So that's always good to get the cards you need quicker. Now we have a field spell card which is called Mount of the Bound Creator, and yeah, Mount of the Bound Creator protects your level 10 monsters from card effects, so definitely a good inclusion here. And next up we have Terraforming at 1, and yeah, this is obvious to search out your Mount of the Bound Creator. So yeah, one quote-unquote combo for you. Definitely a good field spell card in your deck. Now we have Card Advance at 3 in our deck because aside from Ancient Chant, there isn't a good way to search out your god cards. But if you use Card Advance in combination with the True Name at 2, you can special summon your god cards. So yeah, bring your top cards in order and then call the right card, the top card with the True Name. So yeah, another combo for you. Now we'll move on to Fist of Fate, and Fist of Fate is at 2, and it gives you some protection from monster effects, so definitely good here because the Egyptian God cards need protection here. So Fist of Fate at 2. And now, as I said at the beginning, we will circle back to Talos the Little Angel, which is at 3, and yeah, you want to set this card up with Foolish Burial, which is at 1, and with Foolish Burial you bring this card, Talos, from your deck to the graveyard, and with that you can special summon 2 Talos tokens onto the field. So yeah, pretty good. Foolish Burial in combination with Talos here. So yeah, we already talked about Monster Reborn, so with that we'll move on to our trap cards. Only 4 trap cards in the deck, and yeah, this shouldn't come much as a surprise either. 3 Infinite Impermanence, so you can interrupt whatever your opponent does. Infinite Impermanence is one of my favorite cards, very powerful. And last but not least, Metal Reflect Slime. So yeah, Metal Reflect Slime works very well with Reactor Slime. Reactor Slime pretty much recycles this card, so you run Metal Reflect Slime at 1. So yeah, pretty good because you can special summon 1 level 10 water monster in defense position with 3000 defense. So definitely a good inclusion. That's pretty much our main deck here. So let's talk about our extra deck. And yeah, I love this extra deck because it has one monster from the anime as well, which is the Egyptian God Slime. We run at 2, and yeah, we run this card at 2 because we run the Metal Reflect Slime. So a pretty good card to have because you can summon your god cards more easily and you can destroy it by battle. And yeah, with Mount of the Bound Creator, you know, pretty good play here. So yeah, Egyptian God Slime at 2 because you can recycle your trap card. And with that, we'll move on to our XYZ monsters first. And yeah, this is the package you saw before. Obviously, I'm talking about Gustav Max, Juggernaut Liebe, and Super Dora. And we also run the Sky Palace here, but we run the Juggernaut Liebe here at 2. You know the deal, we run level 10 monsters and you can detach some level 10 monsters you have and then activate their effects. Especially the one from Gustav Max where you can inflict 2000 damage to your opponents. So yeah, definitely run this package here. And again, Juggernaut Liebe is at 2. Now let's talk about our Link monsters. And yeah, I love this package, and this is pretty much standard in every deck. So the Nightmare package here with Phoenix, Cerberus, and the Unicorn grant you great outs in certain situations, so definitely run those 3. And then we have Almirage here at 2, and Almirage grants you protection for 1 turn, so definitely make sure to use this card in your extra deck. I have it at 2 here. And last but not least, we have IP Masquerena that we can use with our big boy here, access code Talker. I still have to buy access code Talker in the TCG, but it's very expensive, so I'm waiting until the price drops a little bit. And yeah, access code Talker, amazing to have. And last but not least, the Black Luster Soldier, the Link monster. You always have like 3 different monsters on your side of the field, so yeah, you can definitely run this card. And yeah, with that, we pretty much have finished our Obelisk build. And yeah, definitely make sure to stick around on 5-9 Plays to see some gameplay with it. Again, Ignan used it for a while, so you will see some highlights from Ignan and me. and definitely make sure to make use of your combos. Foolish Burial, Talus the Little Angel, very important. Recycle your Metal Reflect slime with Reactor slime, very good. And yeah, Card Advance, the true name, helps you out to bring out your god cards at the times you need them. So yeah, this was fun. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below how you like the deck. Have you used it? Were you successful with it? I'm all for your answers, so definitely let me know. And yeah, with that, I wish you a good day and see you soon.